You're listening to What's Your Damage? The world's best Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition narrative-heavy actual play podcast inspired by Filipino mythology. We release new episodes at least every other week, sometimes more if we're feeling spicy. And now, on to the show.
Last time on What's Your Damage?
As you were listening at the door, you can just hear some idle chit-chat. You definitely do hear the rough tones of Rogar talking quietly, more thoughtfully, maybe more inwardly. All you really hear is, Rico.
I thought you had heard me discussing with the kobolds, trying to bring them someplace.
Oh,
new housing, at least temporarily, depending. I mean, yeah, if they want to stay, they can stay. I'm not the boss of their lives, just an offer.
So, you caught that, right? He lied to us about why the guards were there. There's really no reason for him to do that unless he's planning on double-crossing the family.
As the two of you head toward the bookshop, we cut back to Riz, who is rushing as a fully orcish Riz to catch up with the mushroom-headed man, who is, the best way that I could describe him is he's got a stride that just will not quit. Just fucking, if you've ever seen the John Lennon weird stride, it's just a little bit more normal than that.
Okay. Yeah, this is great.
And Riz, you do notice that there are several guards here. They do not seem to clock that there is a giant mushroom-headed man just walking past.
Yeah, that figures. Wouldn't it just? Riz is just gonna do her best to avoid them. Mm-hmm. While keeping eyes on the mushroom.
And from the inside of Oranges, you can see the mushroom-headed man just fucking vibing as he is walking, and Riz is following. You also notice the same thing, that the guards do not seem to clock this giant abomination against man, nature, whatever is good in this world, he is the opposite of. And looks alone.
Well, you can tell by the way that I use my walk. I'm a mushroom man, no time to talk.
He is quickly just walking away, and down the street from Oranges, there is a corner which you'll soon lose sight of him, and if Riz follows, you'll lose sight of her as well. Okay.
Is there an alleyway up where the mushroom-headed man, near the mushroom-headed man? They're coming, that he's going to be coming up to.
Yeah, right before the street that he might turn left on to break contact.
Right around the alley that he's going to coming up to, I would like to cast Thaumaturgy to create the sound of Farstan's laughter coming down the alley. See if that makes him stop. Stop, bitch!
The mushroom-headed man turns, but not in a way that mammalian creatures do. He doesn't twist at his hip to turn his head. What you see instead, if you've ever seen Men in Black, the way that this man in the skin suit moves around. Edgar. That is what this is. Just he is throwing weight on various points of his body to cause it to move, and it sways, and you can see that his long coat is swaying too as his head bobbles a couple of times before coming to a stop. Although there are no eyes, this is what you would now guess is probably the front of his head, or where sight could possibly be. Maybe he has blind sight, but he is looking there for a moment. Riz, you do notice that in this alleyway that you've done some Farstandy business, you do notice extending out from the mushroom-headed man, what looks like pinstripes of red and white matching his pants starts to extend out in a circle. And as it does, as it starts to touch everything in this, it's almost like paint that is going across the ground. As it touches everything here, everything also starts to bend and get a little bit more fantastical as You don't know what this creature is, but you are beginning to quickly understand that it may have reality warping powers. It reaches out trying to find something. You realize those candy stripes that have been extending out of the mushroom-headed man reach roughly the point that you had projected the laughter, and once it reaches that point, it ebbs just a little bit further, and seemingly not finding anything, it retreats back into the mushroom-headed man. Once again, you see that weight get thrown into his shoulder as it legs forward. The torso then twists one more time, so you are in its quote-unquote sights.
I mean, Riz is like still running, and so she's gonna catch up. I think she's just gonna like reflexively wave, like, hey, stop, and cast thaumaturgy again to create a bit of light projected in front of her that is the crest of Farstand.
Mm-hmm.
To like, if it sees something, maybe it will see that.
Perfect. As you try that, we cut to Odin with Okot as Odin just goes, oh, that is unnerving.
Yep. He seems like a fun guy.
She puts her arm around you and she goes, I missed you despite that.
Fair. I miss you.
How often do you run into unnerving things?
More than I'd like. Have you seen the sky whales?
I have. They...
Unnerving, right?
Have any of them fallen on anybody? Because I feel like it's rife for falling.
I don't know if I've thought to ask that.
Well, in that case, then I'm sorry I put the thought in your head.
Well, no, it's cool. Cool.
It's just a new thing for us to be worried about.
Yeah. Fine. It's fine.
Well, I know it won't do anything, but maybe I'll just bring an umbrella, in case of falling whales.
Oh, seems reasonable. Yeah.
I think I might be losing my mind, Okot.
You and me both. I don't know what we do from here. What do we do from here? Have you seen Namla?
I haven't, but I haven't seen Namla. Mm-hmm. But a long time ago, I beat... Do you remember this guy, Do you remember Farstand?
Yeah.
I beat that guy in a waddling udders contest. Don't ask about it, please. I'm trying to forget it. But
okay.
I beat him in it, and he owed me a favor.
Oh, nice.
It's been weird without you. It was weird with you, to be fair, too. But
fair, yeah.
It's been especially weird without you. And then she looks back to the mushroom-headed man. I guess it's also especially weird with you again.
Yeah, that's the weird. I think is just there's no such thing as normal. It's just weird or differently weird.
So I was trying to see if we could get in contact with him, but I don't know how to, because how does one get in contact with?
Well, Riz can help with that.
Riz knows about Farstand?
She knows about both Wobbles and Farstand, yes.
I was saying waddling udders again. It's such a terrible thing that
If you don't want me to ask, don't bring it up. Because I'm dying to know, but I'm not going to ask if you don't want me to ask.
I need to tell you, but I can't tell you right now, she says.
Okay, fair. We'll talk about it later. Yeah, she's Are you sitting down?
She pulls out a chair, sits down. I am now.
She's a cleric of Farstand.
As we cut to outside and you hear a, why? As the mushroom-headed man is now focusing on Riz.
Riz will like stop in front of him, kind of catch her breath. Okay. So, I believe, let's see. Okay. Our mutual acquaintance, I think, Farstand, said that I was to find you, the mushroom-headed man, and when I found you, things that he was doing would become clear. And I hope that that means something to you, because it means nothing to me, but it is Farstand, so I am used to that. Anyway, hello, I am Rizzo.
The mushroom-headed man examines you as best you can tell before rotating again, throwing its weight to rotate one more time. And instead of like releasing the tension by going back for the way that it twisted, it instead decides to twist all the way around. So it's facing forward again. But the clothing that was hanging loose on its weird body is now just kind of wrapping around it as it continues to walk again. And it clumsily reaches in an oversized pocket, and you can see that same candy stripe starts to extend out from him as he starts to make a left-handed turn down the street that we had mentioned earlier.
Oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna follow. Ah, shit.
As
God. Stand! Just gonna follow the mushroom.
As Riz is about to break visual contact with everybody indoors, Verseverin, anything that you would like to do in this moment, or you just be like, yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
What do you want, boss? Follow or stay?
I don't care. I got any answers. You can follow if you want.
I'm going to go with Jim Adventure.
Yeah, Odin and Okot lock eyes and just kind of nod and like follow Verseverin.
And if I can get close enough where it's not, I don't know how fast a mushroom man ambles, I would try to cast Speak with Plants to see, does this do anything?
Is this anything?
Quote, I don't know how fast a mushroom man ambles.
I picture them as being, a slow shuffle. Probably no knees, just like...
Yeah, it's certainly the opposite of graceful is what I would call it.
Yeah, you know how like Iceman skates along little ice things that he makes?
Yes.
I'm picturing a mushroom man doing that slower, but with like gross spore shit.
Like, yeah, that's how I imagine his amble. As the three of you follow Riz, as he turns the corner, you can see what is in the center of the street, a fantastical carriage, still in the same colors as his trousers, which are red and white. It looks to be a pretty extravagantly sized carriage. At the front of it, the things that are powering it, they look like horses, but I would love for you to make me a perception check.
Ooh, okay. Ah, beans. That is gonna be a 10 total.
Yeah, they look like horses, but weird horses that a fungi master of ceremonies would probably have.
Yeah. She's not focused on the horses.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, who would be, given the givens? He climbs up the wooden stairs, and Verseverin and Okot and Odin, you see this. He is climbing up the stairs, just really, he is not good at the walkings, as his hand shoots out from the side of his body. Not in an attacking way, but just in that's the only way it seems that he can get these to move, is to suddenly put a burst of energy in that limb, as his hand with the 4 incredibly long fingers rests on the handle. He pushes down, opens it, walks through, and from all of your vantage points, it's as dark as pitch. If you have dark vision, which I think all three of you do, it is a darkness that not even your eyes can see through.
Oh, it's a magical darkness.
Yes.
I'm gonna just kill Fostan later. That's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna kill him.
So did Speak with Plants work?
As you spoke to him with your speak to plants, it's almost like it kind of works, but this creature maybe was once plant, no longer is. So it's almost like you're talking in a language he no longer, or you're speaking to him in a language he no longer really. What do you say to him in Speak with Plants?
Hello.
Belp.
You can't understand me, can you? Or any of us?
Barble Bog.
Can you guys hear him saying that?
They cannot.
This is weird. No one else here can see you but us, it seems.
Biggity diggity.
Can I try my telepathy and see if that gets me any closer? Telepathy plus Speak with Plants?
Yeah, sure.
See if I can think mushroom thoughts. I'm eating dead things. I'm probably an alien from space. Collective, unconscious group mind under the dirt.
Kept in the dark and fed a lot of shit.
I'd say as you try to make psychic contact with this creature, this would be the point where we would do the da-da-da-da, it would be a fucking drug phantasm. As his thoughts are as loud as his clothing and seeming magic is, it is like swirls upon swirls. I'm gonna see if there's anything that... Yeah, I'll give you this. In the fucking drug haze dream of the mushroom-headed man, one thing sort of, although it is ice cream mountains and hollow lakes inside his brain, one thing that you are able to see is and I'd say this is where we officially figure out how this little fucking freak is viewed. Riz, I'll give it to you since you are the cleric of him. And also, Sadie, since you've had the most contact with this little freak. When Far stands around, like, what does it look like? I'll just lead off with this one thing. I think it was Ray who said, like, he's, like, vaguely 2D, but you don't really notice it. Almost cartoony, but you just take oh, yeah, that peach coloring means the skin.
Right. Yeah, it's that sort of dream logic where you try and describe it later and you're like, I know that sounds insane, but it made sense in the dream, you know?
What do you think, Kate?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's just like at the time you're like, okay, yeah, I'm here. I'm in it. This is happening. This is what's going on. I'll just go with it. And then after the fact, it's very just, what in the entire fuck was that?
It makes me think of like those like some magical being in an old cartoon that just sort of visually changes to contextually appropriate imagery based on the conversation. Like, you know, when he's on the phone with Riz and there's the sound of an engine in the background, like he's absolutely wearing a pilot's hat and goggles and a scarf.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Really, the Farstan looks like whatever breaking the fourth wall looks like.
Yeah, I think that's a very good way to sum up the mystery that is Mr. Stand. What were you saying, Doug? You said like you were envisioning
in this particular moment that, like, with the combination of speak with plants and then doing the psychic thing, something obviously visibly changes with Perseveran to Riz and Okat and Odin, but then he starts like mumbling Farstan bullshit, but it's now just Riz is hearing it and absolutely recognizes that kind of like the hype of things, except in the Perseveran voice, you know what I mean? So it's the ice cream mountains, gumdrop horses, candy cotton skies.
Come to Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Exactly. But then it's just like a gruff monotone instead of a warbling weirdness.
As Perseveran in this fucking, you can see that he's contextually appropriate in that he's got like little overalls on and a miner's hat, and he's in what appears to be a cotton candy hill, depositing something. You know, that you see that the adjoining two areas are two blue swirls, and he's put something in the pink swirl underneath the purple whirly-do straw.
Gnomish confectionery cook. What am I seeing?
As the mushroom-headed man steps into his carriage, Perseveran, it seems like all this insight into his mind is cut off, as he is perhaps not even on this plane anymore. The door remains open for the other adventurers.
Oh, wait, are we going?
Someone's got to wait back at the inn, so I'll take the short straw on that one. That thing, I was in its mind, and once it got in the carriage, it was like gone. So I'm not saying don't go in there, but you know, good luck.
Riz?
Well, I have to go in there. So,
This is like your god kind of stuff, right?
yeah, this is all related to that moron. So,
This is Riz's vision quest. Jesus God.
You want
like-
us along on this, or?
7 big gods to pick from, and I don't know what you're doing.
Listen.
No judgment. No judgment.
No, I mean, listen, I question myself every day. In my vague defense, I was drunk at the time and I didn't really think that any of the shit he was saying was true.
Yeah, man, I am glad I've never had to follow through with any things I've said I'd worship while I was drunk. So
I mean,
I feel
listen,
for you, boss.
look, mistakes were made and I question myself every day. Point being. However, he is technically my deity, and he did pose this thing to me, which was to find the mushroom-headed man, and he will answer questions, yada, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. It's your god. You saw it in a dream. You gotta do it.
Yeah, it wasn't really a dream. It was more of,
A waking nightmare.
in a planar call.
Tomato,
Anyway.
tomato.
Oh. Anyway, yeah, no, of course it happens now. Of course it happens right fucking now. Why wouldn't it happen now? Just, plunk it down on my lap right now, fucking fast stand. You ignore me for 1 entire year.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I am thinking probably it would be the best if the rest of you just stay back at Oranges.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I'm happy to, whatever you need.
That would be really great, because who the hell knows how long this is going to take? Maybe it'll be an instant. Who knows? Maybe.
Fair.
If it's a year.
Probably won't be at the end if it takes a year. I'll be honest with you.
No, this is fair. If it's more than an hour, we'll, just pour a pint. Pour a pint and just say fast and 3 times and see if it does anything, okay?
Okay.
You got it.
Thank you. And then ask him what the hell.
Hey, weird question. Do you have any tokens of Farstan that you're comfortable parting with if we do need to try to reach out to him?
I mean, yeah.
I don't want to take anything that you need for your journey. I'm just saying if you had something.
I mean,
No, that's fine. I just, we're grasping at straws here in the winds of weirdness.
I mean, all in all, she'll hold up the necklace. I mean, all in all, this is mostly for show.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
I really thought that was like, okay.
I
He's
mean,
not big on symbols then,
Have you met the guy?
I have not. Wait, does he wear little overalls and put cotton candy into things? I might have seen him.
that
Probably.
sounds like Faustin.
What a
Yeah.
weird god.
Oh, God, he likes you, so I feel like if you just kind of say his name 3 times, he'll kind of appear.
I just look
Yeah.
at Okot like, her god likes you. I don't know what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I'm sure if I call him, we got
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Good luck.
And Riz will put her hand on Okot's shoulder and give it like a little squeeze. Like,
Aw.
thank you.
Yeah. Okat reaches around her waist and pulls her in for a hug. I will say this for Farstan. He's fucking weird, but he's not malicious, as far as I can tell. So you'll be okay.
Yeah, no, very, very much not. I just, have other things
Yeah.
that need doing.
We'll hold down the fort till you get back.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Of course.
All right, I will be back when I'm back, I guess. Riz will try to give a jaunty wave as she climbs the steps into the darkness.
All right. As Riz goes into the darkness. We cut back to Wei and Wobbles just outside the bookstore. The walk over here was pretty regular despite the increased guard presence. Not very many paid you much mind. You did not look like the suspects, and quite frankly, you did not look like people who would know where the suspects went. The benefits of being a very cute tiefling girl and Wobbles.
A non-suspicious gnome.
A non-suspicious gnome. The bookstore looks to be just about near closing, even though the hours are stated. You can tell that the innkeeper is probably closing down to the day due to the rash of events that has happened. However, he sees the two of you and opens the door just a bit, and he goes, if you are interested in books, I would suggest getting in here quick because I'm going to be closing down for the day.
Yep. Open door.
And she's going to slip past him.
He opens the door and Wobbles. What's your approach on this?
He just walks in like casually, kind of like slowly, hands like clasped together behind his back, kind of just very just nonchalant, walking, perusing.
Is there anything the two of you are particularly interested in that I can help you with today?
Maps.
Maps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maps. If you look on the back wall over there.
Mm-hmm. Well, are you like really familiar with the maps that you have in stock, or you just like have maps?
Am I very familiar with the maps that I have, or do I just have them?
Mm-hmm.
I would say that I'm on a surname basis with them. Or the authors, at least.
Okay, here's what I have going on, okay? Okay, so I'm looking for maps by someone named Baramba.
Baramba. Oh, yeah. We have tons of maps from Baramba. If you want to go over in the corner of the store, you'll be able to find what you're looking for.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
And she's going to go running back there.
As she goes running back there, Wobbles, this man, he was very helpful to Wei. However, he is just keeping an eye on you and your slow amble.
I guess it wasn't clear, but I know that wizards need spell books. I imagine the book he got from here is like just a book on learning spells and not his actual spell book, correct?
Right, yeah.
He's gonna walk up there and be like, hey, do you buy books?
Do I buy books? Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. How else do I keep them stocked?
And then he brings out the book that was bought on that other guy's tab.
Uh-huh.
I was like, would you be interested in a copy of this? And if you take store credit for trades, I would prefer that.
I feel like not too long ago, I sold this to... Do you have a, let's say, cousin who wears all black and looks like they do cool things with knives?
No, I don't have a cousin like that, no.
Huh. Curiouser and curiouser. It seems I found myself in my own mystery novel. I'll give you store credit for that one, he says I just have to make sure of the condition of it.
Yeah. Here you go.
As he looks it through, he goes, okay, yeah, I'll give you store credit. You can get a book of equal or lesser value.
Where are your books on magic spells located?
He looks to his left, right there, so I can see who's looking for stuff.
Nice, and then I just want to look at those books.
And have you bought magical books before?
Nope.
So, are you aware of the process for buying magical books?
Nope.
So, when you buy a spell book, I will have to take down your name and where you bought it from in case somebody goes wild with the magic therein. Of course, it's the only way that we can track. Well, if you're on the wizard track, you can alter reality itself, so just good to keep a registry of people who are interested in the magical arts.
You're thinking way too optimistic of me altering reality. I just want to not look like such a little guy in some situations.
Well, I would say, A, be proud of who you are. You are a gnome. That is your people's. B, I also understand not wanting to be yourself all the time.
No C?
No, just A and B.
Okay, you just, your inflections made me think there'd be a C.
You know, I'll be honest. There was a C, but I didn't think of it.
Huh.
Sometimes you just skywriting by word of mouth, you know?
Skyrim, that's a spell, isn't it? Do you know that one?
No, but my sister does. I'm the non-magical sibling.
How do you feel about that?
Fine. You know, not everybody. I didn't have the aptitude that she does, and I don't have the inborn talent that my mother does, and I didn't make a deal with a god of the depths like my father. So here's my bookshop. He says as he has been expressionless during that whole thing.
You know what? You're right. I should just be comfortable with who I am. I don't need a book to look taller. You can give the credit to that tiefling over there.
That's really sweet, Wobbles. Also, you don't need magic to be special. I mean, you get to run a bookshop. That's amazing.
Yes, and I get to pay the rent on it too, he says with a vague smile.
Yeah, but you also get to smell the books and the ink, and you get all like the new releases like right away.
I get the new releases after the Baspernell bookstores get their supply. So I usually get them the second run, but that's fine. Did you find what you were looking for?
I don't know, DM. Did I find what I was looking for?
Yes, what you were looking for, as you were comparing them, you find a book that is almost like a street-by-street guide of Baspernell. And as you are thumbing through those pages, you find that this section that you have belongs to what is known in the appendix as the Violet Corner.
Wobbles! Wobbles, I found it! Oh my gosh.
I dash over there.
Just look, it's in Baspernell. They were in Baspernell. What you mean? I kind of knew that they were there at one point, but like, oh man, was that him? Did I miss them?
Wobbles. Can you make me a history check of the Violet Corner?
21.
Okay, so Wobbles, when you see the portion of the book that she has, and you see the words "the Violet Corner," a flood of information comes rushing back to your mind. The Violet Corner is well reputed to be an incredibly magical corner of Baspernell. It is where a legion of magic users, primarily focused on divination magics, are located. The Violet Corner, you recall in recent history, or somewhat recent history, is also the scene of a murder most foul of what was the head divination wizard in Baspernell, the name of which is Rauda, but most people called her Delise. What made it especially interesting was she had, a couple of days before the murder, had secluded herself in her temple, where being an incredibly powerful mage, she had put locks on the doors that were seemingly impenetrable. And when the clock struck 13, 5 days into her seclusion, the locks fell open, and the dead Rauda Delise was found at the center of her chamber, her famous crystal ball suddenly going black.
And I relay that.
Oh, I didn't hear anything about that, but it makes sense that that's what they would be after. Like, that's exactly the kind of case that they would take.
And she's gonna take the book up to the cellar.
Okay, I think I need to take this one.
Okay.
And you didn't happen to hear anything about the Delise case, did you? When was that, Wobbles? Over a year ago?
Did I get the date on that?
Yeah, about a year and a half ago, year and 9 months ago, somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's about right.
Incredible loss for the city of Baspernell and for harmony and the world at large. The murderer has not yet been caught. However, no other divination wizards have been killed, so it seemed to perhaps be just a single vendetta.
Well,
But I know next to nothing, he says with a laugh.
I guess I was wondering if I've heard that like Nova has like a bunch of newspapers that like distribute information and stuff, but I haven't really seen any of that here.
No, that's generally by Bard. Bards go across the countryside singing tales of the things that have happened, mostly from Bashburnell, sometimes from Togshaven.
Well, I guess I'll have to find a bard then. But okay, how much for the book?
The trade-in should be a fair price.
Oh, amazing. Thank you, Wobbles. And thank you. Oh, what was your name? I'm Lili.
Hello, Lili. My name is Lumbus.
Lumbus. Well, it's nice to meet you, and you have a lovely shop. Hey, you don't happen to have any of the Fortunate Few books here, do you?
Unfortunately, no pun intended. I do not. Those tend to sell out pretty quickly, and it's been a little while since my last shipment. However, I should be getting one in about 3 days.
Well, poot. I don't know if we'll be here by then, but if we are, I'll come back.
Okay. Anything else that would be of interest?
Do you know where they sell potions around here? Maybe a potion to be taller would be better than a spell that I'd have to document anyway.
A potion. Yes, you want an apothecary? You want a potion shop? Yes.
You have to document spells? I think I missed that part of the conversation.
Well, document being a wizard, I guess, which makes sense. You don't want just people spouting fire snakes and no one knowing who they came from.
I didn't know that people had to do that here. That seems,
Wait, were you lying to me?
No, I am not lying to you, he says.
I'm going to use my ear for deceit.
Okay, yeah. No, he is not lying to you.
Oh, I don't even have to roll.
This is that very easy that we talked about before. If you would like to roll, you can.
Nah.
You can.
All right.
Harmony sure is a different place.
However, you're asking about a potion shop. There is a potion shop near Urena's Hope. That's the administration section, so it's close to, it is the administration section, so it might be closed if I'm closing up, but you might still be able to make it.
Thank you. And then he leaves, and he wants to kind of peek for a chance when he's not being looked at.
Okay, yeah.
And when he finds it, just like in the guy's like peripheral, he wants to create like a fast fire snake. To just like he doesn't want to spook him, just enough to make the guy be like, wait, was that a fire snake? Like make him just
just to call his attention. Like what the
what?
Like when you just see
was that anything?
So as Wobbles and Lili are heading out, and Wobbles is watching Loomis so that he's not being watching his gaze to see if he's directly looking at him. When his eyes turn away, that's when Wobbles makes the fire snake, which makes him look, but he's like, no.
And I like walk out as soon as that happens. So he's like, he's not like, did that little guy do it? I mean, he might think that anyway, but
I think Lili though is going to be like,
Okay, thank you for all the information. Bye. And hold on. Wobbles, I'll catch up. 1 second.
she's going to peek back and she's, while he's like having his freak out about the snake, she's,
well, is he having a freak out? How's he reacting?
He's certainly been startled, and he is like looking around attentively, trying to see whether that was just a trick of his eyesight or what have you. But as Lili starts to like, hang on, I'll catch up with you, Wobbles. He starts to recenter himself, but his eyes are kind of going over, trying to, see if there's any like flash paper or something.
Hey, sorry. Are you okay?
Uh-huh.
Sorry. The Delise lady who had met an unfortunate end. She was famous, right? Is that what I'm understanding?
Mm-hmm.
Are there any books on her?
There are.
Point me at them?
He points you at them.
all right, she's going to go find herself some kind of information on this woman.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. In that case, I want you to make me a perception check. Well, not yet. So you want to just get a biography, a couple of books. She isn't like a world famous figure that you would have like a biography section of. And even when there are, like, it's only like a couple of biographies. So there's just one pretty slim volume.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's basically just trying to gather a concept of who this person is and why they might have been targeted, like what exactly it is that a diviner does in this instance. So
in that case, you buy the book, and he just looks at the volume a little bit sadly and goes, "Yeah, to be remembered is a very noble thing," he says.
It is. I'm sorry. Did you know her?
I'm not going to talk about that.
Oh, okay. Well, I apologize if I've been cruel.
You haven't, but that's my boundary.
I understand. Thank you for your help.
and she's gonna grab the book and leave.
As she leaves, and as you two get back together, do you actually want to go get that potion?
Not that potion, but I do want to check out a potion shop.
Which potion are you looking for?
Something that can make me levitate would be cool. Actually, a change size potion would be cool also. Just basically magic stuff I can't do with magic.
Okay. As Luwewe and Wobbles head out to see if there's a potion shop still available or still open when they leave, we cut back to Verseverin, Okot, and Odin. As you guys go back into Oranges, and Odin just says, "Dragon name? Are you good? That you were kind of lost there for a bit."
Good now, yeah. Thank you. Human name?
I'm sorry, I forgot how to say your name.
Persephone.
Persephone.
Or you
I'm
just call
sorry.
me Ronnie.
Ronnie?
If it's harder to say.
I'll call you Ronnie.
Sure, she gets to call you Ronnie.
You can call me Ronnie too. Oh God, you've just never had a problem with my name. So
No, don't tell her that, she says. I wanted to be special.
no offense. It's what kids would use for my name until they can get used to pronouncing it.
Well, thankfully I'm young at heart, so I don't take any offense to it.
Perfect. None was intended.
So who are we waiting for?
Tika Marina?
That's a name I don't know.
Okay, well, she's a friend, question mark, friend of Wobbles?
She seems nice.
She does seem nice.
She helped
Okay.
him remember.
So I'm going to do a couple of questions for you, Ronnie, if you can help me out, because I'm trying to figure something out.
Yeah, sure. A lot of people coming to me for sorting stuff out.
Either you want a drink and some tea, maybe? I'm gonna go make some tea.
Tea sounds good.
Okay, tea, Odin?
Tea, please.
Tea all around, tea all around. Okay, I'll be
Tea
back.
all around. Ronnie, she lowers her voice and she leans in closer to you. Can this world defend itself from very powerful, very evil people?
Thank you for listening to What's Your Damage Series 2, featuring Parker Postini as Wobbles Waggletop, Kate Ingram as Riz Parcheesi, Sadie Blake as Okot, Douglas Gale as Verseverin, Ray Palmer as Luwewe Igbiani, and Elliot Rose as our Dungeon Master. Audio engineering by Elliot Rose and Ray Palmer. All music was created by Sadie Blake. Sound effect attributions can be found in the show notes.